it's a do-it-yourself world nowadays. You can't, traditionally you think, oh man, this is a great band, they have some great songs, they're getting some cool buzz, they're, playing out, blah, 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 maybe touring a little, they're going to get a record deal. Well, that's not the case at all. Most record labels are, well, for one, most record labels only want things that are completely packaged and ready to go. And it's actually, particularly in pop music, like more like pop, urban, R&B, stuff like that, they're doing what is called single deals. And essentially it is, give us a radio hit, and if it works, then, we'll get it nationally syndicated, and, you'll make your money that way. iTunes downloads, for a single. But that doesn't really promote what is important, at least important for me, and I'm sure for all the aspiring musicians out there, is having a career, because those type of artists usually don't last. If they can keep pumping out singles, then that works for them. But really, what is great is that there are plenty of artists who are saying, you know what, we want to do stuff on our own terms, and there's a way to do it, there's an audience for that, and we're going to call the shots and be successful. And it turns out that you can actually get yourself to a point where, if, let's say, you do want to be on a major record label, or a record label in general, you have a lot more leverage with them, because typically, if you're an artist and you sign with the record label, you're going to get what's called a 360 deal. That means, essentially what that means is that the record label gets a piece of everything you do. And that's not usually how it was or how it should be. Meaning, like, if you sell a t-shirt, if you sell your own merchandise, the record label gets a percentage of merchandise you sell. Like, typically stuff that would just go to the band. So you get stuff like that, touring, publishing, record sales, obviously. I mean, that's never going to change. But, so, it's certainly turned into something that could be good for some artists, but for the most part, a lot of artists are in a position where they can create their own destiny. So that kind of moves me, into my next thing. It completely starts with the artist. A lot of people think that, something like a demo is something that they can sort of build off of, which it is, and you can use that for, your own personal growth. But really, even not just other music companies or bigger music companies that may be able to help you, but the audience in general is just looking for your best. Like, they want a finished product. They want something that they can take a hold of, even if you are a band just starting out, that they can dump in their iTunes or put in their iPod or whatever, and consume. That's part of the new game. And finding your own sound, creating your own lane. A lot of artists, especially artists who just really want to get successful quickly, feel like they have to do things a certain way to meet an expectation, which isn't the case at all. There are countless groups and bands out there, because of their internet hustle, that have done something completely unique and blown up off of it. And it's especially for young, up-and-coming artists, it's very important to find what you do well, see how the audience, your intended audience, responds to it, and just keep multiplying it and making it better and improving it. Because you will never get anywhere trying to sound like another band. As much as you might think it's kind of similar or could work because you could tap into their audience, it's not, because the general public and the young people, consumers especially, will always go to that other artist before they go to you, because if they think that they're going to get the same thing, then it's sort of like any other product outside of music. I mean, if you have something that you like that you go to, you're going to go to that because you know what you're getting out of that. So the same thing really does apply with music, because you want to be your own thing and create your own success.